Welcome back. So glad to have you. Okay, tasks. Did you write them down? What are the things that you need to check off so that you can be the most successful possible, so that you can actually grow and accomplish your dreams? If you didn't do it, go back and do it. These things are crucial. They're where you can draw your mind, and that's what you can do. We're going to talk about this final step, right? We talked about an objective. We talked about why we're going through that objective. We talked about processes. We've talked about tasks. And now we're going to talk about a plan. This plan is something called deliberate practice. And we're going to use our friend Diana Nyad to talk about this again. Remember, she was the swimmer that we watched her talk about her experience, right? She was 60 years old. Her mom died. She has this late life crisis. She's like, I'm going to die, failed marriage, not happy. And she's like, I need a purpose. I need something I can do with my life. And she used to do these big open water swims. And so she trains for years and decides to swim from Cuba to Florida, unassisted, nobody can touch you. And you remember how it goes. She gets stung by a jellyfish, almost kills her, fails. And you were like, I thought you were teaching me how to reach goals. Here I was teaching how to reach goals. Because here's the thing, she didn't quit. And she trains for 2 more years. And her solution is not to work harder. She's already working hard. Remember, she's swimming 15, 24-hour swims, 24-hour open water swims. But what she does is she gives us a pattern for deliberate practice for how to implement our plan, for how to accomplish and get better at these tasks. Because it's not just shooting shots that will make us better. It's shooting shots in the right sort of way that will get us better. So here's what it is. You choose a task, you give feedback, and you make changes and you keep going. It sounds simple, but it's like this. Every time she failed, and failure is an important part of growth, she made adjustments and worked smarter. She got stung by the jellyfish, so now she had somebody design a suit for her that would be able to hold up to these jellyfish stings. Like this person was like deliberately stinging themselves over and over to see which fabric would work best. Then they are like, well, we got to protect your face. So they got somebody who built prosthetics to build her this like face mask where the jellyfish could sting her fake face and she'd be okay. Well, then how do we protect against sharks? Well, they got shark experts and learned that there's electromagnetic currents that the sharks won't go through. So they have kayakers on both sides of her sending out electromagnetic currents, kind of creating this imaginary cage or shield around her. And then they learned that she tends to drift to the right a little bit as she's swimming, which is a bad thing when you're swimming for 60 hours. You're going to end up in the middle of the Atlantic. And so they attach this ribbon on the back of the boat that becomes this lane line, and she can follow it. And then she goes and talks to oceanographers. Oh man, I just slaughtered that. People who study the ocean and meteorologists, and helped her learn about the Gulf Stream and what point to leave from Cuba and where would be the best. Swims for 60 hours and makes it. We'll look at it a little bit more next time. It's pretty sweet. But the point is that it is a series of learning tasks, right? It's perfecting that one task, getting feedback from failure, and moving on. Deliberate practice, okay? Now for you, whatever it is, let's start with something that's pretty common, like shooting a basketball. I want to shoot a certain percentage with my basketball from 3-point range. So you decide on that task, right? And then you find somebody who's really good at it. Find a model. There's tons of people on YouTube that you can watch, or a coach or something. Find somebody that you can observe what they do. And then get this eye of a coach where you break down each part of their process. Start with the legs, look at the torso, look at the arms, look at the hands, the release. Watch what they do. And then I want you to go chase aggressive reps, right? Not all reps are created the same. If you're out there just shooting 100 free throws, that's not how you shoot free throws in a game. You need to do it in a situation that is stressful and difficult. When people hit baseballs, they hit like 60% of them off the tee and only 5% of them in a game-like setting. The most valuable reps are going to be in those reps that stretch you, that are unpredictable, that are game-like and are difficult. And so If you really want to chase valuable reps, find ways to introduce pressure and fatigue. Invite people to watch you shoot. It'll be uncomfortable. Shoot when you're tired. Do these things that will make it more game-like. The right amount of hard so you can still be successful, but will keep your brain in it. And then get feedback, either from a friend or from video from your phone or from a coach, and be accountable to it and make those adjustments. That's your plan. That's how it works. It's so simple. Have a big dream. Know the processes you're going to have to take to get there, the hard work, the enthusiasm, all of that. Know the tasks you're going to need to perform, and then break those tasks down into a daily plan and make adjustments when you need to. So, your assignment for today, what is your daily plan? And this is something that can switch from practice to practice, game to game, or it can be a week to week basis, but have a plan. Be very conscious and deliberate on how you're going to do it, and you will see growth. Thanks, friends. See you next time.